Renault has just sent shockwaves through the global EV market with the announcement of its new all-electric hatchback that promises to redefine what affordability and practicality truly mean in the modern electric era. Imagine an electric car that costs just $20,000, delivers solid range, dependable performance, and uses ultra-durable LFP battery technology, something once considered impossible in Europe's high-priced EV landscape. Renault's bold step doesn't just bring competition to Tesla, BYD, or Volkswagen. It marks the beginning of a real EV revolution for the everyday driver. With this new $20,000 electric hatch, Renault isn't chasing luxury, it's chasing accessibility, sustainability, and long-term trust from consumers who've been waiting for a realistic electric option. The company's engineers have built this car around one mission: make electric mobility truly attainable. For years, electric vehicles have been a symbol of innovation, but also of high cost. Drivers loved the idea of zero emissions and silent power, but hesitated when faced with price tags far beyond the average budget. That's where Renault steps in with precision timing. The automaker understands that the next major EV boom won't come from premium SUVs or futuristic sedans. It'll come from compact, efficient hatchbacks that blend affordability with cutting-edge technology. By choosing LFP, lithium iron phosphate, batteries instead of the more expensive NMC chemistries, Renault makes a decisive move toward both cost control and durability. LFP cells are known for being safer, longer-lasting, and less dependent on rare materials like nickel or cobalt, factors that perfectly align with Renault's vision of sustainable mass production. This $20,000 electric hatch isn't just another city car, it's a statement. Renault is positioning it as the EV for the people, a vehicle that ordinary buyers can finally consider without breaking the bank. Early insiders reveal that despite the low price, the model doesn't compromise on quality. The car's platform borrows heavily from Renault's existing CMF-B EV architecture, the same modular base that supports upcoming affordable EVs across Europe. The compact design ensures agility in urban environments, while the LFP battery pack provides impressive efficiency even in cold or hot climates, traditionally a weak spot for many budget EVs. The decision to use LFP technology also reflects Renault's growing confidence in new supply chains. Until recently, European automakers hesitated to adopt LFP batteries due to limited local manufacturing and slightly lower energy density compared to NMC chemistries. But with rapid advancements from global suppliers, particularly from Chinese battery giants, LFP cells have become far more competitive. Renault's engineers have managed to fine-tune the car's battery management system to maximize range while maintaining cost efficiency. Reports suggest that the hatch could deliver up to 250 to 300 kilometers, 155 to 186 miles of real-world range, a figure that fits perfectly for daily commuting and urban driving. What makes this announcement even more electrifying is its timing. Europe's EV market is under immense pressure. Government incentives are being phased out, manufacturing costs remain high, and inflation has tested consumers' purchasing power. In this climate, Renault's $20,000 electric hatch feels like a rescue mission, a way to keep the EV momentum alive without pricing people out of the market. Many automakers have focused on luxury electric models that appeal to wealthier demographics, but Renault's strategy flips that script. The French brand is essentially saying, electric cars should not be a privilege, they should be a standard choice for everyone. Renault's history gives this move credibility. The company has long been known for its compact cars, such as the Clio, Zoe, and Megazone, that blend clever engineering with approachable pricing. The Zoe, in particular, was one of Europe's best-selling electric cars for years, a pioneer in proving that small EVs could be both fun and functional. However, competition and rising prices gradually eroded its dominance. This new $20,000 hatch appears to be the spiritual successor to the Zoe, but smarter, tougher, and cheaper. A large part of the car's appeal lies in its manufacturing efficiency. Renault is integrating battery production closer to home, reducing logistics costs and carbon footprint simultaneously. Partnerships with Cattle and other LFP providers have opened the door for stable battery supply, while Renault's electricity hub in northern France is expected to handle much of the assembly. This localized approach means faster turnaround times and greater control over quality, which helps justify the low retail price. Moreover, Renault's long-term sustainability strategy ensures that the entire supply chain, from raw materials to recycling, meets EU environmental standards. Design-wise, insiders hint that The car takes inspiration from Renault's modern design language, youthful, clean, and tech-forward. Expect a compact yet muscular stance, futuristic LED headlights, and a minimalist interior that balances cost efficiency with a digital driving experience. Renault's engineers have emphasized durability and comfort over unnecessary luxury touches, focusing instead on materials that age well and remain easy to clean or replace. Even the dashboard, while simple, will host an intuitive infotainment screen powered by Renault's latest OpenR-Link software, which supports over-the-air updates, smartphone integration, and customizable digital clusters. Under the hood, or rather under the floor, the LFP battery pack represents a new era for European EVs. These batteries may not offer the highest range, but they excel in reliability. LFP cells can withstand more charge cycles, resist degradation, and are far less prone to overheating, a key advantage for long-term ownership. For consumers worried about replacing expensive batteries after a few years, Renault's LFP approach brings peace of mind. In fact, the company expects that many owners could drive this hatch for over 300,000 kilometers, 186,000 miles, without significant loss in capacity. Renault also knows that affordability doesn't just come from the sticker price, it comes from ownership costs. Electric cars already save drivers money on fuel and maintenance. But with LFP batteries, those savings multiply. There's no need for complex thermal management systems or high-end cobalt-based cathodes, reducing not only initial costs but also long-term service requirements. Renault's $20,000 EV could end up being one of the lowest total cost of ownership vehicles in the European market, rivaling even used petrol cars in economics. The potential market impact is huge. A $20,000 electric hatch could finally make EV adoption mainstream in Europe's middle-class households. For years, buyers have been torn between rising fuel costs and the high price of EVs. Now, Renault's new hatchback offers a realistic bridge. It's affordable, eco-friendly, and designed to handle Europe's dense city streets with ease. As urban areas tighten emission regulations and parking become scarcer, small electric hatchbacks are expected to dominate demand, and Renault is positioning itself to lead that charge. Beyond Europe, the implications are even broader. Renault could export this LFP hatch to emerging markets in Asia, South America, and Africa, where low-cost electric vehicles are desperately needed but rarely available. The LFP battery chemistry's tolerance for high temperatures makes it particularly well-suited for tropical regions. With localized assembly, Renault could adapt pricing to meet different economic realities, spreading electric mobility far beyond Europe's borders. While details like the exact motor output, range certifications, and feature list are still under wraps, Renault's confidence suggests that this vehicle will deliver performance suitable for modern lifestyles. Expect a 0 to 100 km per hour, 0 to 62 miles per hour, time around 10 seconds, brisk enough for city driving, and a top speed capped near 150 km per hour, 93 miles per hour. The LFP battery's flatback design also helps optimize interior space, giving the hatch surprising practicality despite its compact footprint. Renault's move also challenges other European automakers to reconsider their EV strategies. Brands like Volkswagen, Peugeot, and Fiat have all promised affordable electric cars, but few have reached the $20,000 mark while maintaining Western market quality standards. Chinese automakers like BYD and MG have already begun offering budget EVs, forcing European companies to adapt quickly. Renault's early adoption of LFP technology could give it a crucial lead in the race for mass-market electrification. The announcement has already caused ripples across the industry. Analysts predict that Renault's new hatch will accelerate price competition and drive innovation in supply chain optimization. It could also push governments to reintroduce or extend EV incentives for affordable models, ensuring a smoother transition toward full electrification by the end of the decade. If successful, Renault's strategy may even influence regulatory frameworks by proving that low-cost EVs can meet safety and emission standards without compromise. From a consumer experience perspective, Renault wants to make EV ownership as straightforward as possible. The company is developing new digital tools that allow users to calculate charging costs, track battery health, and locate the nearest LFP-compatible fast chargers. The car is expected to support up to 80 kilowatts DC charging, allowing a 20 to 80% top-up in around 30 minutes, ideal for quick city stops. Additionally, Renault plans to integrate the Hatch into its Mobilize ecosystem, offering subscription-based charging, insurance, and maintenance packages to simplify ownership even further. But perhaps the most compelling part of this story is what it symbolizes. For decades, the European car market has been known for premium engineering and high-end pricing. With this $20,000 electric hatch, Renault flips that tradition, proving that innovation doesn't have to come with exclusivity. This isn't just a cheaper EV, it's a smarter one, built on principles of sustainability, accessibility, and long-term reliability. In doing so, Renault brings electric driving back to its roots, efficient, fun, and for everyone. As excitement builds, industry watchers are already calling Renault's move a wake-up call for the entire sector. The $20,000 price point is psychologically crucial. It's the threshold at which EVs stop being niche products and start being mainstream transportation. Once people realize they can own a brand new, zero-emission car for roughly the same price as a mid-range gasoline model, the shift could be unstoppable. Renault knows this, and it's why they're investing heavily not only in the vehicle itself, but also in charging infrastructure, customer education, and after-sales support. If Renault executes this plan successfully, the ripple effects could reach far beyond its balance sheet. It would pressure suppliers to produce cheaper LFP cells in Europe, encourage new startups to innovate in compact car technology, and inspire other automakers to rethink their pricing strategies. In short, it would democratize electrification.